Hey everybody, welcome to the top 3 things you may have missed while reading The Whipping Boy. In this episode, we'll look back at Chapter 9 for words or phrases that may have been confusing or weird. If you don't have a copy of The Whipping Boy, you can find a link to it in the description below. Let's get started. Number 1. Fend off the plague. In Chapter 9, it's breakfast time, and Billy starts by eating a clove of garlic, and then Prince Brat's veal pie. He makes a comment about the garlic, saying, "Nothing like garlic to clear the head and fend off the plague." So, Billy is eating the garlic for 2 reasons. One is to clear his head. It helps him think better. The other is to fend off the plague. To fend off just means to protect yourself or defend from something. Here, Billy is hoping to defend himself from the plague, a disease that is spread to lots of people. It's kind of like how we might try to protect ourselves from coronavirus by taking vitamins, or by exercising, or even by wearing a mask. People have been fighting viruses and diseases for a long time. Number 2. Hunting for varmints. This is a great example of using context clues to figure out what something means. After Cutwater gives the boys a piece of bread with a herring, or fish on it, the author details how Jimmy examined the bread closely, hunting for varmints. If you don't know what varmints are, you've got 3 clues in the text to help you figure it out. Cutwater had just said, referring to the bread and fish, "Why, we eat it regular, worms and all." This lets us know that there are probably worms crawling around in the bread. It also says Jimmy knew the prince had never been starved enough to pick out wildlife from his grub. So wildlife, or living creatures, are also said to be in the food. Finally, Jimmy whispers to the prince, "Eat. I can't find any crawly things in it." So altogether, that lets us know what varmints are. Little living creatures like worms or other nasty crawly things that you would never want to find in your food. Number 3. Keep a civil tongue. After Jimmy badmouths the men again, while still pretending to be the prince, he almost gets himself beaten by Cutwater. Billy calms him down and tells him to beat the whipping boy instead. Once Prince Brat realizes he is now the pretend whipping boy, he politely tells Cutwater that he wasn't the one calling him names. Cutwater is pleased by this sudden politeness and tells Prince Brat to tell Jimmy to keep a civil tongue in his head. A tongue refers to Jimmy's speech, and civil means polite, so he's basically warning Jimmy, the pretend prince, that he'd better stop with the name calling and be more respectful. Were there any other parts of the chapter that sounded strange or confusing to you? If so, find an adult you know and ask them what they think the story means. Thanks, and see you next time.